Still out here Iron Man carpet bombing, heroic landing. All right, whatever. Y'all done? Get off me. What is up, legends? We are back into the First Descendant. Now, I've been playing Kyle for a very long time, and I want to make what I'm gonna call the ultimate Kyle build. Not ultimate Kyle, like he has ultimate, because there's ultimate versions of characters in this game, but I'm gonna call it the ultimate Kyle build, because it's a hell of fun. You're super tanky, and there's a lot of things you need to understand with Kyle. Now, disclaimer: when you start Kyle at first, he's not fun. He's very like it's just not fun. You have to get to a point where you have a lot of refreshes, which are kind of pretty much resetting the character to get more currency. As you Warframe guys know that is a pharma, and some of the old heads know that Warframe. I used to cover Warframe a lot, and this game is very similar, but there's a lot of things that are not similar. This game works its own way and its own systems. So with that said, here's what we have right now. Weapon wise, personally, I use the tamer right now until I get the enduring mod, which I mean gun, which I'm working on right now. I have one more piece to actually get for that. No, also I use the Nestra's devotion. I don't have that on right now because I'm leveling guns, and the launcher is just kind of like whatever. So over here on the right hand side, what you want to note, things to note is that you always want to get a reactor that is going to be basically whatever your primary weapon is. Obviously, the tamer isn't a legendary weapon, so it's not going to have a reactor. But I do have Python. I was using that for a little while, and when I put the Python on, I get that 160% skill power, which is very good. I get the non-attribute skill bonus, tech power ratio, and then I got skill effect range, and then sub attack power right there, which I'm trying to get the skill effect range and then something else for that sub attack. You want to actually farm your reactor for whatever respective class that you have until you get gold stats. Let me see, do I have any of these on? Like, see, like that where it says the electric skill power right there, you want to get the gold stat right there. That's actually kind of hard to do. You have to farm a lot to actually get that. Now, as far as my external components, I went with the Annihilation Auxiliary Power because it has a good two set. It has skill duration, which I do want to have skill duration on him, but not so much on the mods. To have the extra extra 5.7 right there is actually pretty good. And then the fourth set is the firearm attack proportionally to the ratio of max HP lost to up to 26% when the HP is 50% or lower. MP recovery at negative 22%. Obviously, he don't use MP, so it doesn't matter. And then HP recovery of 16.4% for 10 seconds, which is also pretty nice. Now, for the most part, what I did with the components, Kyle does very well with defense and max HP, so I went with the defense and max HP to get a higher number of max HP that I can get out right there. And then I have on the annihilation sensor. I have defense, obviously the max I can get, which is 463 character game modifier, which helps with him. I'm gonna swap out of this one eventually because I don't need a character game modifier, because this is after I get him to 40 the last time right here. I'm not gonna reset him again. There's no point. We'll get to that in a second. And then chill resistance, because that having extra resistance is actually good. Obviously, if you're doing like normal stuff, then you probably are gonna want something else, like maybe defense and HP or something like that, or anything else if you're just not worried about resistance. But I already have it here, so I'm just not even really worried about it. The character gain XP though, I'm gonna get rid of because that's it for him. And then over here, max HP defense right here. I got the gold defense stat right there. That's the reason why I still have this. Obviously, Cal doesn't do anything with MP recovery, and it doesn't give him his custom resource because he has a custom resource. So that's neither here nor there. And then we have max HP over here. We have just like the base right there, but I did get toxic resistance, 35, a gold stat for that. And then E5 display time, which is when you hit tab on the PC, like you get to look at what the your surroundings is and stuff like that. That's cool. Uh, you can do better with other things, but that's just what I have right there right now. However, let's head over to Descendant. Obviously, you see the homie Kyle, very first skill. You have a repulsion dash, and what that does is when you go up and actually hit people, they are going to get slammed back. Now, when you get a little bit of range on that, you see my range is up right now. It's 1.5 meters times 1.5 meters, but when you get extra range on it, it is 2.6 meters, which is actually good. My skill cooldown, as you can see, is down to 8 seconds, so it puts it in a really good spot. All right, over here, as you can see, is your cooldown right here is at 1.4 on that. Your range is, obviously 2 point. The range doesn't do anything. HP is 50% of the caster's max shield, so he scales off HP and defense right there. The caster's defense, 100%. So as the more excuse me, the more overall you actually get, the better. The duration is 8 seconds, and the magnetic force recovery depend on how the enemies actually hit your shield. So you get more recovery out of that. So obviously, you just want to make good use of it. It's a good way to farm your magnetic force, which is your custom power, and it's just to help out. So if like a boss is going to do something pretty annoying, you want to go out there. Now obviously the boss can break the shield, so you necessarily don't want to be taking a beam attack, because most likely in most cases, depending on how strong your HP and defense is, you just don't want to do that. I'm at the point now where I can do that, but when you first get him out the gate, you do not want to be doing that, because you don't have a lot of HP, you don't have a lot of defense, so you're going to throw this shield out and it's just going to break and you're going to be sad. So just putting it out there. Next up is one of, literally his OP right here. Magnesium, a magnetism spurt. And what it does is, as you build up your custom resource, which is your magnetic force, when you get it to 100%, now you don't have to, you can get it to 50% and then cut this on, but that's going to cut down how long it's actually going to be useful when you're actually taking damage, because you'll run out relatively quick. So what I do is try to get it up to 100% and then cut this on. Essentially what it does is, instead of your shield and your HP taking damage, your magnetism bar takes the damage. So if you have any way to actually gain resources, which I'm going to show you that in the build in a second, or you have any way, or you are basically having the shield up, because you can cut this on and put your shield up at the same time, because it just is just something that you just naturally have. You're kind of like God mode at that point. What I naturally do majority of the time is I will 100% cut this on when I'm going to save somebody in the fight, and at the end of when it's up, it will explode. And you see right there the skill effect is going to be damage proportionate to your skill power. So 702%. It's a major nuke, by the way. Sometimes it hits to like 1 million, which is amazing. An additional damage of the consumed force. So if you cut this on from 100%, it's a major nuke on top of whatever your skill power is. You can buff your skill power, obviously, and then it'd be even better. The damage range goes up according to your skill range as well, and then obviously the max expandable range is 200%. But it seemed like even with this 8.7 meters, I hit a large thing around me. Also, something to note that people really don't pay attention to is that if you are near an ally, it will give shield back to the ally. So it's like a chain AoE shield heal for people. So I always like to do that, and then make it explode, and then it gives max shield basically out to everybody around you, which is amazing. Which is that's a relative to your shield, by the way. So this scales off of your shield. Keep that in mind. Plus the times the 100%. So if you have a lame shield, it's not going to be giving your team a lot of anything. So just keep that in mind. That Kyle and Ajax are probably the only characters in the game that benefit from shield like that. Everybody else, you can probably throw a little bit of shield out there, but nothing too crazy. Like you shouldn't be like going crazy shield build other characters besides Kyle and Ajax, because they're the only ones who benefit from that. And then next we have superconductive bombing. Now this is the transcendent skill. Normally what Kyle does is he has a dive bomb skill where he'll jump up in the air like that, and then you just go directly down and you can aim it and you slam down. When you get the transcendent skill, you still have the ability to do that. However, if you have max shield, what it will do is, you see how he's dropping the purple bombs like that? It will drop these purple bombs down like a carpet bomb, and they are amazing. They hit for between 30 to 50k, depending on what your build is. If you don't build into any type of skill power, it's like 30k. If you do build in some type of skill power, it's like 50k. And they are very good for CC. If you actually take the advantage of learning how to fly with him, you can carpet bomb and like do like circles and everything else, and then at the last second aim for whatever you're aiming for, and you actually have a little bit of time. When the meter is at 0, you have like probably like another second or two where you can actually dive bomb and run to an enemy, which you then get the dive bomb attack as well. So you see right there, on the minimum use of it is 50% owned. On the cost of magic cost per bomb is about 10%, which I don't know what that 10% is, because you seem like you drop like 30 to 40 of them. Is damage 1,895 times your skill power, or times skill power, that is, and then the bomb damage is like that too. So obviously as you push skill power up, it will get larger. But I'm at base right now because he's not a DPS. It seems like though you could, if you want to, you can make Kyle a DPS, but I feel that's kind of like, it's weird because he has a lot of defensive mechanics and stuff like this. And even with this right here, this is still kind of defensive as well. So you see I have radius right there, which is like 8.7 meters on the damage range, and the bomb damage range we have up right there as well. And then the passive, magnetic force, increases the proportion to the max shield. Again, you know, your max shield is scaling off that. When the shield is fully consumed, gains magnetic care. This effect has a cooldown. Magnetic force, which gradually decreases while out of combat. Now you can actually do a few things with this. We're gonna show in like, you know, kind of like doing a mod thing like this, but my cooldown actually brought it down by 100 seconds, which is amazing. And then, you know, magnetic force is of course relative to your max shield. So the higher your max shield is, the more that this is going to be. And you want to go in to actually having a lot of shield on your exponent, on your external components. I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't get that word out. Don't mind me. So, you know, cost amount on magnetic force and stuff like this, and then the duration. Recovery interval, as you guys can see, shield recovery times your max shield. Again, the more shields you have, the stronger this mechanic actually is. And then magnetic force recovery, as you guys can see as well. All right, build wise, now that we got all the nerdy stuff out the way, first thing up, superconductive bombing, which is your first transcendent skill, my first transcendent skill. Now there's multiple transcendent skills that are cool, like self-directed eruption and collision instinct. They all do different things. Collision instinct, actually, instead of you getting defense at the end of your dash, it inflicts stun. Cool for mobs, but you're not gonna stun the boss. And I find that the skill I use the most is this shoulder charge, and the reason why is because it gives you defense, and on top of giving defense, which you scale off of defense, obviously, and this, you definitely want to do that. Your skills scale off of it. You're gonna get mods that are gonna scale, as you guys can see right there, and there's no reason not to just spam this. So this immediately, this transcendent I just would not use, because it's giving me defense basically at base without me actually using this. The next one is a self-directed eruption. This also has a problem because you literally get repulsor blast, which I will show you in a bit. And what it does is it drags everybody to you, and then you explode them all with your damage, which is good probably if you're having like a DPS build. If you want to do bruiser DPS, Kyle, there is an option for that. You will be kind of cool, kind of fun. But I'm just not. I like being like Iron Man because that's essentially what you are. um, Now you notice that these two slots right here, I did not I didn't put any type of refresh into them or reset. And the reason being, if you actually do that with this slot, you will notice that right here, collusion instinct and super bombing are two different things. The same thing with self-directed eruption. Don't mod this slot right here. Like don't put any reset into this first slot right here because you won't be able to change your transcendent without getting a capacity um detriment right there. Obviously, using like putting this up will actually give you more points in your transcendent right there, which lowers the cost. The original cost of it was 16. When you actually put the 10 points into the superconductive, which is 5 million gold, by the way, when you actually put the 10 points, you get those 10 points back, and it only costs you 6, which gives you more points to put somewhere else, which is why all of this is like this. And the reason why this slot is not used is it allows me to actually change out into something else for 7 points. And that is where I put my like if I need an extra resistance to like, because most resistance are like 7,000 for a boss right now, and I can get literally 5-6,000 on components, then I can come up with the extra 1,000 for 7 currency, and I don't have to actually do anything with this slot. I can put anything here. So what this is my flex slot right here. Like if there for whatever reason that I need to actually do that. Now you can do two different things in this flex spot, as you guys can see right here. I personally actually I can get to 8 because I'm gonna get 1 point back again once I get to 40, and then I can actually go up to 8. But that's neither here nor there. You can do multiple things like this. If I feel that I am not gaining enough custom resources, as you guys can see right here, there's a cool thing that you can do with Potent Collector. What you can do is if you see any mob on the field, you can spray all the mobs on the field. Don't kill them because other people need to take them for HP. Let the DPS kill them for whatever reason, unless you just specifically really have to kill those mobs. And as you guys can see on the cooldown, when defeating an enemy, instantly gain 12% of custom resources at a 5.4% chance. It's not all the time. You can actually make that better when you actually enhance that to give yourself a higher chance and more resources and everything else like that. However, this works just perfectly fine. In my opinion, I get a good bang for your buck out of that. What you can also do is you can use HP Collector. You see, I also have that at 7, and you can bring that in that you feel you're not tanky enough. When defeating an enemy, instant recovers 9% of max HP at a 10-second cooldown. Obviously, you can make this better. Inherently, the problem with this is that if I actually reset this slot and make it all for the star, then that locks out everything else. So if I need any type of, let's see, if I need any of these resistance, you notice that heat antibody right there, cold antibody right there, burn resistance right here. All of these are the triangle slot right there. So I would have to get rid of one of my other things, which I'm not going to do that. Obviously, this is tech modifier right there because that's on skills, and that gives me skill cooldown, which actually helps. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But that's why you want to save that slot. This just keeps you from having to waste crystallization. Just keep resetting your character. You can just move on to the next character or move on to your guns that you need to actually work on and not have to worry specifically about that. So that's, keep that in mind. Next up, increase shield, which is obviously this character scales off of shield, so you need as much shield as you can possibly get. Nimble fingers, which is like mandatory in most builds, so you definitely want to just rock that out and get nimble fingers whenever you can. Cool skill cooldown lowered because that lowers my ability. That lowers my ability to get this out. That quickens my ability, as you can see, to get this out faster. The same thing with my shield charge. So you definitely want to get as much as you can. Spear and shield gives you defense and skill power, which is really good because obviously he has a lot of stuff that you just need for skill power. Increased HP is just kind of like obvious, 218%. Obviously a leveling up this slot. And for me, I like long distance maneuvering because Kyle is kind of slow. He doesn't really have anything besides the charge to help out with that. And using the melee stuff is just kind of like I just rather just shoulder charge him at the end of the day. So yeah. And then of course increased defense because we scale off defense. Stem accelerant, which is extremely good, more HP, minus 15% on max MP. He does not use MP, so you don't need to worry about that. Focus on tech, showed you that previously. This is a non-attribute tech skill. This is and this is a non-attribute tech skill, so that actually helps out in order with that. I've been testing back and forth on that. I may just go for this is a modifier. I want to see, I don't have any gold right now. I want to see if I go like focus skill power or something like that, if that's going to give more damage. But for the most part this seems fine right now. And non-attribute master, obviously skill power up, non-attribute skill power up, which again increases my damage, and he's a non-attribute damage dealer to begin with. And then amplification and control, which is skill effect range, which he has multiple things. The shield charge is affected by the skill effect, and the bombs are affected by that. I don't think that this is, yeah, because this is technically not a skill effect, it's just a skill. So yeah. However, this is because the explosion is affected by that, which is just amazing. And the same thing over here. The bombs are affected by that as well. And I actually the dive bomb is too, now that I look at it. So that's there you go. So that is the build. Exit without save. So essentially what you want to actually do is once you are in full charge right here, you see it's lowering right now. What you can do is notice all the purple bombs right there. They are going to be, they just died. All right, let me put them in a better spot. Let's eliminate them. Do that. Okay. So a lot of times you're gonna have enemies sitting there like that. So what you want to do is you want to come in. You want to do it a little bit closer. You don't want to do what I just did. And you want to come down. You see now, I have a second. And essentially what that does is all the bombs are gonna hit that many times. The bombs drop like it's about 20 bombs basically, and you're not going to land every single one of them, but if you land enough of them, it's usually between 100 to 150k, and then the slam itself usually does anywhere between 500 to a million damage basically. So you do a lot of damage to the area, including the boss, because that's essentially like close to 1 million damage on average to the boss if he's just standing. Like if you knock down the boss, it's pretty good. You can buff that, like I said, if you go more towards into skill power, but I'm not, because Kyle is a tank and he is supposed to be tanking. That's literally what he's supposed to be doing. So let's get this back again. All right, so you have your shield charge, and what your shield charge does is, I'm actually going to do it right here. You'll notice that I'm going to hit a lot of people when I do this. That's not enough range right there, so we'll do it here. So you see I just hit both of them. Let's push you over here. I actually kind of did it right there, so I just hit all 3 of them. And essentially what that does is that builds up your charge. So when you're actually fighting, you want to be shooting and building charge. Matter of fact, let's I'll get rid of all my charge. Super fun, right? It's super fun. All right, so I don't want that, and I want this to go down, so I want them to come back. All right, so essentially you see like where I'm at right now. You always want to go in, you want to initiate, because what you're doing is you want to build to that charge. So you're gonna come in and start beating up on anybody as soon as you get a chance to. Just, you know, as much as you can. And I have my shield on right now, and it's eating all that shield while I'm doing this. And then he got smacked in the face, basically. You just want to keep doing that. Keep building charge, and you see now I build up my stuff, which is what I'm doing. And you can do something even more interesting, which I'll show you in a second. You can do a combo. That's a combo too, but you can do something really cool. Let's bring this back. All right, so what you can also do is this. You can cut the shield on. So now you have the shield on while you're doing all this. And get the bomb in, land, and then the shield, you saw that extra explosion at the end when I landed, that was the shield explosion too. So what that did is you expended all of the shield basically flying around with the bombs and the carpet bombs. So now you get the carpet bombs, then you have the dive bomb, and then the shield explodes at the end. And that's 3 times damage, basically. Like you're like exploding. Like that's big hits and big damage. It's like a big combo. It's not always easy to do that, because that's you have to really energy manage, and that is where I want to do this. That is where this mod becomes really important, potent collector, because it allows you to do that faster, and it procs a lot. It says 5.4% chance, but I'm calling BS, yo. Like it's like 20%. I don't know what that 5.4% is. Like it must be directly doing something else, because I'm actually gonna do a fight. I'm gonna fight a hard mode boss, you know, just random, and it does way more than that. So let's go ahead and move. I like to actually show you guys stuff and practical as well. So be right back. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a few things that are impractical. So most people consider Kyle not a farmer, right? But anybody can be a farmer in this game. I'll pick all this up, move this all out the way. And here's a cool thing. I'm gonna let them come up here. So essentially what you want to do for the most part is you want to get charged. You guys can see. And what I am running right now is a potent collector right now, so I can get charged a little bit easier off of kills, so I can spam out a little bit. So essentially you see them having all coming up here right here. I'm gonna carpet bomb everybody and KO everything on the screen. All right, he's over there still throwing crap, but everybody else is gone. So yeah, that fun. I want more of them to actually come up here, so you can see what happens when the shield. Oh, it's a boss guy. We'll leave him alone. All right, so there's a bunch of them up here now. All right, come to me, boys. All right. All right, so now I'm a shield bash. See, like, how many of them got smacked off the place? That's what happens when you give them a little bit of range. It gets fun. Let the shield come up. Now I'm just gonna stand here. And they're just basically taking shield. Obviously, you know, the harder the enemies, the quicker that shield is gonna go down. And everybody around me gets wrecked. All right, let's pick that up because this is a farm right here. That's the reason why I figured I would farm and do this video. Multitasking. And then obviously, whenever you get the chance, you want to get your C shield out as much as possible. They're not really shooting at me, they're chasing at me. They're shield bashing. So for the most part, if you don't kill the enemies, what end up happening is they all get knocked back. Like that. Let them all come through. How much time we got? Actually, this isn't a timer. Okay, that's perfect. Let them all run to me. Come on, boys. All right. Then you do the Iron Man landing. That's why I call this the Iron Man build. It's hilariously fun. What target? Where's the boss? Oh, there he is. Build up charge. All right, he's down. Now we got a bunch of charge going on right now. I need to recharge. I mean, I already was reloaded. All right, so we throw our shield out as much as possible. While it's going down, you see how little damage I'm taking. Exploding all around. Like you said, you would think he's not like farmable. Of course, he ain't gonna be bunny or nothing like that. But it's still fun. Still out here, Iron Man, carpet bombing, heroic landing. All right, whatever. Y'all done? Get off me. All right, so this guy who probably came behind me, he's a problem. The one problem that you're gonna have with Kyle, if you get stopped in some kind of way like that, you're susceptible because you can't build charge. And unless you already have the shield on, he can do annoying stuff like that and just keep freezing you. So that's the one problem. Now, of course, what you can do is get ice resistance, and then that don't happen. And then you can't be stopped. But there's not many characters in the game that will freeze you like this and be annoying. All right, so we put him into that, and you see I have to rebuild my charge again and take out so let's kill these guys. Start to work on these orbs. I'll stay down here a little bit so he can't cheese that much. He can have like that one little freeze down there. I'll cut my shield on. For some reason he bailed out. All right. Yeah, let's just finish him like this. And dead. Obviously, like I said, this Bunny's gonna do this faster. This just is. It's a lot of farming and everything else. Like this Bunny's just gonna do it faster. But swag and fun, this is where it's at. All right, so be right back. More practical. All right, so more practical. We're gonna take on Executioner with a random pug team, and I'm literally gonna take Executioner's attacks on purpose. Right here, so just just to kind of like show you. I don't know, we got the Ajax, we got a Glay. They might kill it before we even have any fun. That person's AFK. Still AFK? Oh, you good. All right, so again, and concept, I'm running at him immediately. Build and charge. All in that backside. Pause. So essentially what Kyle can do and make good use of is Kyle can bully a boss and stay near a boss. So now I have full charge. Like full charge, good to go. So anything that happens now, if somebody gets knocked, I can cut my shield on with my full charge. He actually put the gun in the shield. Look at that. All right, and then this part right here where he has these stupid hummingbird things, because you have to, and then we don't look at all that raining down on him, all that damage, plus trying to get rid of the hummingbirds. He still got it off though. And this is where having the long distance thing pays off, because you can just slide out of that. You don't need to worry about that. Back to getting charged again. You gotta shoot the back of him. I don't have to worry about any of that lightning because I'm Kyle. I got 50k on the defense. I don't need to worry about that either. But if I wanted to worry about it, I ain't doing nothing. What you doing, sir? And I run over here and get this. Now that ate all of my magnetic shield, obviously, but it barely did any damage to me. All right, so he's gonna do that again. So actually, that's fun, right? I thought he was like, dude, like, why are you showing off? I'm sorry, guys. I'll be serious now. Now, essentially, you can do that with every single boss. I haven't found a boss yet on hard mode that can kill me during that. Only poison. Don't F with poison. Poison don't care who you are. They don't care. Poison don't care if you got 70k defense. You gonna die. that's how poison do. So like, don't mess around like that on poison. And you can do the same type of thing. You're just running away from me, you idiot. Bro. And like every time I do that with the current stuff that I have, I don't care about that, sir. Current stuff that I have is like 50k. I think every time I hit him. Let me get the recharge going. Let's see. 26k. That was 26k. And I get a crit. That's a little bit better. Shield on. We don't care about that. Keep doing it. You shooting? I don't feel nothing. Good, they shot it all down. And then when I explode, pow, hit him. Hit him multiple times even. Making me, sir, can you calm down? Can you calm down? I get it, I probably pissed you off showboating. But you gonna give me this energy though. Alright, so I'll take things seriously now. Making this take longer than I need to. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Nope. Alright, let's go get some bullets. Oh, you just really shooting at me, huh? You gonna do that again? Nah. There we go. Now, for my special, my 4, what I initially... No. What I initially... He still hit me. What I want is I want him to get knocked down. Like that. So he eats all of this. And then slam into him. I got one. What do I have on? I think I have poison on this gun right now. Yeah, something's ticking on him. I'm not supposed. Am I supposed to have poison on him? Is he weak to poison or electric? I don't remember. I know I didn't change this gun for this fight. He's gonna go immune. We are not doing this fast enough. There we go. I don't want to use my bar, dude. Stop shooting at me. Ah. Alright. Where's bullets? Don't jump in the air. I want to get bullets. Damn it. Did I get it? I got it. Man, screw you. Go ahead. You put that right in my mouth, huh? Pause. Bosses scale down when you fight them solo, so I want to fight like a team boss so you guys can see and kind of just, you know, stand and stuff so you can see what's going on. If you like if you're playing solo, because my guns aren't built because I haven't been concentrating them, I've been concentrated on more characters. If you're playing solo, and you just want to be able to survive and save everybody, or even if you're playing with people and you want to just be the guy that the boss just can't kill, even if you don't know the fight, unless it's a mechanic that one-shots you, um like the snow break boss, I believe, like Snow Walker. What's on this one? I already got that. All right, we'll do this. Maybe I'll get an activator. SMO. Yeah. All right, so that's Kyle. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can definitely do a little bit better. What I would like to do is I want to get the 2-set bonus that gives you shield and HP recovery. That replaces what I have right now. So then I'll have skill duration, which I need on him to actually make his shield last a little bit longer and make me be in the air a little bit longer, as well as as well as the frontal shield that he has. And well, I don't really care about this 4-set, you know, the firearm stuff. That's all well and good, but I'd rather have the permanent 11% extra shield on him because he scales off a shield, and the HP recovery. Obviously, that's why wouldn't you want something like that? You always gonna have it rather than have on the 4-set right there. It there's an opportunity for it to actually happen when I can just have it all the time, basically. So that's what I'm looking for. And yeah, so outside of that, I'm using the tamer obviously right now, and that's a devotion, and you saw me using smithereens as well. None of this stuff is really built, So once I start to focus more so on the guns, which I will, I'm gonna have enduring in like a day or so, maybe. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm definitely gonna keep then it's Sartre's Devotion because it's a really good gun, and Smithereens is a really good gun for up close on the bosses, which I'm usually always up close on the boss, chasing them, trying to get magnetic force energy. So all of that just kind of like works out, and I just have a lot of fun with this guy because it's like they can hardly kill me, and I get to learn the fights, and then I can come in with a DPS at another time, and then, like with my Viesa or my Sharon, because those are my two other characters that I like and that I use predominantly, and just have some fun. So hopefully this build will be to your liking, and you grow to like Kyle because he's literally just Tony Stark. That he literally straight up Tony Stark, straight up. He got repulsor blast, and he got like yeah, everything, yo. So I will catch you guys next video. You may see this during downtime. If not, you'll probably see it on Thursday morning. And again, like and subscribe. Tell your friends about this. Tell you share it with people. Share it wherever you want to share it at because I think a lot of people should know how fun and good Kyle can actually be. Peace.